Hey everybody! Today I am going to watch a movie based on a popular 90s video game franchise that arguably hit its peak in the 90s but has now hit another resurgence, including a CGI abomination feature-length film that may or may not be terrible. I don't know. I haven't watched the movie. And no, I'm not talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm talking about Pokémon Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution, of course, the remake that so many people asked for. It's on Netflix now, and I'm gonna watch it. So the movie's over. I was pleasantly fine with it. I mean, it was inoffensive. It was pretty much the first Mewtwo Strikes Back, but there were changes. It wasn't like line for line, beat for beat. One particular thing comes to mind. There was a weird musical number that Jesse and James did right when they picked up Ash and company to get on the boat. Which I thought was strange. But mostly my main complaint is that it was weird, to hear the new voice actors do all of these lines. I mean, obviously, I prefer the new one, or the older ones to the newer ones, but, I mean, I guess it can't be helped. But B, it's weird, the dubbing is weird. The dubbing on anime, on the original anime is fine for the most part because it's mostly just mouths moving up and down, but this is a very clearly it was released in Japan first, so it was very clearly animated. The mouths were animated to say Japanese lines, so it was really strange at parts to see the mouths moving and hear English lines that didn't match what the mouths were doing. It was almost like watching an old kung fu movie. This is why I don't like watching live action movies dubbed either. I don't like that because the lines don't match, but I guess it can't be helped. But I don't know, it was fine. I wasn't appalled. The animation is another thing I want to talk about. It wasn't bad. The animation was honestly pretty impressive at times. The attention to detail with the water effects and for instance how Pikachu's fur got matted in the water, and the water would ripple off of the water type Pokemon, and there were scales on the fish Pokemon, and there was fur and feathers on Pidgeot, but there were some Pokemon that didn't have that though. Donphan was just a weird assembly of blocks. He had the big trunk, but there was no nostrils. How did he breathe? Psyduck was all one texture. What? I know I don't expect it to be Detective Pikachu level effects, but this is the Pokemon Company. I don't know. It's weird the attention to detail they put in some places rather than others. I do like how they corrected some of the first movie's meme-worthy mistakes, calling Scyther Alakazam, and the infamous "I flew over here on Pidgeotto" when he's gesturing towards his Pidgeot he has. They corrected a lot of those weird inconsistencies, and the battle scenes were pretty cool. The Charizard fight was pretty neat. But I don't know, what weirded me out the most, I think, besides the dubbing and the animation inconsistency, was the human characters. It just looked really off-putting, especially the teeth. I don't know, it's like a Sonic the Hedgehog thing with realistic teeth don't translate well to animation. Just don't do it. Give them the white lines, just the suggestion of teeth. It doesn't have to be literal. Anyway, thanks for coming on this little Pokemon journey with me. It was really fun to kind of sit and watch a new piece of Pokemon media. You don't really get that too often, especially for free and in English when it comes out. Yeah, if you enjoyed this, share it, like it, do whatever the YouTube thing says you should do. And have a good day. Okay, man, gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon.